I was going to be coming on here today to share some good news in transgender protection news, and I still will probably put that out, but it has very quickly been overshadowed by this new headline. This was just released today. They have found a transgender man who was tortured um, by 5 attackers at an upstate New York motel. Sorry, I'm going to try to get through this without um, crying. This is a photo of Sam Norquist. I don't know exactly how you say his last name, but that is how it's kind of spelt. He was physically tortured for more than a month in an upstate New York motel until he died, with his alleged attackers ditching his corpse in an empty field in an attempt to cover up the depraved crime, authorities said. 5 people were hit with murder charges in the death of Sam Nordquist, who was allegedly punched, kicked, beaten with sticks, dog toys, ropes, canes, and belts, and assaulted with a table leg and broomstick for weeks before his death, according to court documents. He was only 24. He suffered physical and psychological abuse, as well as repeated acts of torture and violence that ultimately led to his death, New York State Police Captain Kelly Swift said at a conference. In my 20-year law enforcement career, this is one of the most horrific crimes I've ever investigated, Swift said. Originally from Minnesota, Sam traveled to New York in September and had been staying with a friend about 30 minutes outside of Rochester, according to police. His family asked cops to check on him when they lost touch with him about a month ago. They turned to GoFundMe to raise money so that they could travel to New York to look for him. 5 people have been arraigned and are being held without bail at Ontario County Jail, according to the District Attorney Jim Ritz, who described Norquist's killing as beyond depraved. Swift said at the news conference that authorities hadn't ruled out the possibility that his death was a hate crime, but added that the investigation was ongoing. This is by far the worst homicide investigation that our office has ever been part of. No human being should have to endure what Sam endured. This story really hurts my heart, and if you're in the LGBTQ community, this should be enraging. Honestly, anyone should be outraged by this, especially if you're an ally. This should have never happened, and I fear with the state of things right now, especially towards transgender people, this may get worse. This kind of hatred is truly unfathomable, and we really need to be checking on our trans friends right now and supporting them. And my heart goes out to Sam's friends and family.